where a black woman can become president of the United States of America. In our time, we get a black man and a black woman become president. That's unheard of.
Come on, man.
Stop it.
Messy.
Be on
Stop
the right
it, black
side
people.
of history. Be on
Stop
the
it.
right side of history.
That's so, it's just the Amber Rose and everybody got all these videos and stuff and talking about Kamala Harris talking out of both sides of her. How would you say something so disrespectful? Even if you felt that way, I wouldn't dare make a video or say nothing like that to the vice president of the United States of America that's trying to stand up and that's going to possibly pick 2 United States Supreme Court justices or whatever to try to keep the laws in place that Thurgood Marshall and all of the people that have paved the way and try to redo and get back into some of this settled law, women's rights to choose, your voting rights, and Brown versus the Board of Education. Do your homework, black
hold
people.
up.
I'm just sick of the black people on the internet talking about I'm not with her. Okay, so if you're not with her, that means you with Trump. And y'all need to block every.
You know what I love, you guys? I like that people that, support Kamala, they tell you, do your research. But the thing is, it's like, when they do their research, they can't tell you a thing about what she has done in the past history and everything. And that's what I find funny. I find that funny. Oh, shout out to Daryl Long. He said, "Black woman is God." Shout out to Daryl Long. But yeah, and with him and without, well, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. With Rickey Smiley, since having a meltdown and say, if you don't vote Kamala, vote for Trump. The thing is, you want to vote for Trump. You want to vote for all. You want to vote for anybody. You can vote for Cornel West and you can vote for Robert Kennedy because you got 2 other people who's on the ballot as well. But other than that, Ronnie, man, what's your take on what Rickey Smiley was saying?
That's what I'm saying. To me, you can't pressure people who to vote for. That's the thing I do not like. I don't like what's going on here. They talking about vote for her because she's black, and we already stated multiple times she is.
Thank you.
God, dog. Like you say, do your research. The research is going to clearly show you that she is not black. She is not a black woman. She's not part of a black descent. She is not. Not only that, but like you stated, Jordan, what has she done? She's supposed to be in charge of securing the border. She have not done that yet. She fell at that. So to me, it's so many things I get into when it comes to Kamala Harris. I just don't really want her to engage in it too much. But people, it's very important just to do your research. Even on Trump, do your research on everybody. Don't just vote for somebody because they are saying it. And that's why it hurts black people all the time. We vote for somebody there because they look like us. They dress like us and they smell like us. But that'll be the same people that go against us and don't do anything for the community. And then at the end of the day, we go online and complain. They didn't do anything for us. Because they was never going to do anything for you because you can look in their policy and say nothing about the black people at all. So that's why you got to make sure you do your research. Shout out to Rickey Smiley. Remember, he got his own, he's entitled to his own opinion. But I think his opinion is wrong, but that's his own opinion. And I think he's just talking craziness. We don't have to vote for her just because she's black. No. We made that mistake with Barack Obama, and we saw what happened then. We're not going to do the same mistake this time. Go ahead, Akeem.
I'm tired of they letting the boule crybabies still doing shows. Grandpa need to sit somewhere down and let young men who actually focus on politics and not identity politics. This is the problem we have as black people. We're so fixated on a skin complexion or culture when we really have money issues. Unemployment is high. Inflation is up. You can't even go and get a decent pound of milk, and you worrying about is she black? I don't care if she black. She has no policies. You talking about she'll be a great president? What are her policies? What are her stance on criminal reform? We already know that because she's locked up 1,500 people under her tenure. You know what I mean? A lot of people need to wake up and smell the coffee and read. Watch the debates. See the conventions. Understand what these people hear, what they stand for. You want to vote because she black and she went to HBCU. Her daddy from Jamaica. He's half Indian and half black. Her mama's full Indian. They was eating chicken.
And Irish too. He has Irish in his family.
Irish in the family. They was eating chicken masala at the house, not collard greens and fried chicken. What makes she bad? You know what I'm trying to say? And are we worrying about who's black or not? Who's going to be the best candidate? I don't care about what Trump is and his family from Germany. You know what I mean? I just know him from being on a TV show and here to see, but he's talking some stuff that might make identify what you can identify. Rickey Smiley, you a part of the boule. You don't know what it is like to be down here where we at, poor black folks, poor white folks in Kentucky, in the steel mill, poor folks up in the mountains and stuff like that. They don't care about who's black or not. Hey, we need government services. Hey, we need subsidized for the farmers. Hey, we need government funding to start business. Shut your mouth up and go sit down and raise your grandchildren.
Yeah, King, man, you said it, yo. He said it. Yeah, well, like I said, we're definitely in the cusp of the election. You know, we have 3 more months till we start voting and everything, and also the debate is literally weeks away. It's in September. I think September 10th. I can't wait to do that because we're gonna be doing that on our show and everything. So I definitely disagree about about saying, like I said, be on the right part of history. My thing is like you're not. Why you gotta be right part of history? You vote basically on policies of what Donald Trump policies is, and also what Kamala Harris policy is. As simple as that. You know, it shouldn't be all of your emotions. Like I said, I don't like Kamala, or I do like Kamala because she's a black woman, or because she's a woman, something like that, or Donald Trump and everything. It's the same thing with Donald Trump and everything. You know, if you like him, you like him. If you like one or dislike with the emotions, you just go by basically what policy what they want, and simple as that. Who's gonna do it and everything. And then once they president makes you hold them accountable, you said about the policies you're gonna do, you ain't doing it. You know, we still hold Joe Biden accountable about the student loans and everything, and also how the economy is not good what it used to be. We hold Joe Biden accountable as that as well. And and the next president who's talking about the policy, who's getting voted on, you got to make sure you put an accountability on who the next president is. Is it either it's going to be Kamala Harris or it's going to be Donald Trump? But yeah, definitely disagree with what Rickey Smiley was saying. Like, be on the right side of history. She's a black woman. We're gonna have a first black woman, a first black man in our generation that we never had before, anything like that. And the thing is like, with Obama, we had him sure for 2 terms, but what does he really have done for black people? He really helped more of the LGBTQ community at that than for black people. It's history on that and everything. So yes, yeah, people just basically most on policy what they do, or better yet, since Kamala Harris is still the current vice president, what's that she done since she's been in office? Ever since she's been in office, you haven't heard a pen drop of her. Since the year 4, which they're trying to re-elect, and now she's trying to run for president of the United States. So with the Kamala Harris, like I said, I'm just waiting for her to say something. She should be doing some type of doing interviews and like that. Since you've been elected and everything, but so what? We haven't heard anything from Kamala. She does her little rallies here and there for 20 minutes. Sometimes she still talk about signing a deal for Hamas and Israel. But my thing is, Israel to get a deal done as soon as possible. But my thing is like I don't think a deal's gonna get done pretty much soon because you already got to deal with Israel, and most of the Democrats are pro-Israel because we have to deal with Israel. So she's talking about we need to get deal as soon as possible. But the thing is, that's not going anywhere. So hopefully in a debate, they'll have a question for her and also Donald Trump with that. And other questions that I have in mind of the debate. So hopefully, it's definitely gonna be on Fox News. So it's gonna be on Trump's home turf. So I know that they're gonna throw a lot of fastballs and curveballs with Kamala Harris, and really break down how good of a debater she is. Because if you see her debate in the past, it's not really that good. Y'all can definitely do the research and look it up because she's trying to run before, back in the early 2010s, and her debate is not really good. But Rickey Smiley, man, leave black people alone. If they want to vote for Donald Trump, that's fine. If they want Kamala Harris, that's fine. Let them focus based on policies, not with your emotions.
Correct.
Because that's what you sound like, Rickey Smiley. You sound like you sound emotional. You say, what's wrong with black people? What's wrong with this and everything? Be smart about it. Don't just go by emotion about it. That's my take on it.
Yeah, because remember we focus on, because I would say Barack Obama was a prime example. We was voting for our emotion, and Obama had one of the highest voting, I think, in U.S. history, because everybody was voting based on their emotion. They were like, we're trying to make history, we're trying to make history, we're trying to make history. And us by trying to make history, as you can see, it also hurt the black community, because the black community continued to suffer while the other community continued to prosper, because the other community knew that Barack Obama policy was going to favor them.
Right.
That's why you gotta find out what did the policy say according to the black community. How can it help black farmers? How can it help black jobs? How can it help our future children? Will our future children have great education? Well, are they going to eliminate all the books from the school system? We have to do research on that. But we vote right now on what celebrities say. So Rickey Smiley say, "Hey, go this route, we going that route." Shout out to Fresh Sound, who's also in the building. But go ahead, Kim, you was gonna say something. Go ahead.
I want to say this. I know there's and shout outs to Motivation Vision, smart young lady. She says exactly, vote based on policies will be the best from day to day for your family. Thank you. I also want to speak to women who might feel a little bit concerned about some things. Just because somebody has an idea doesn't mean it's set in stone. And I had a conversation with my cousin earlier where she was talking about she doesn't want her body to be policed. There's a plethora of things, of policies that needs to be covered. A lot of us ain't going to be able to get everything, but we can get some. But then we can fight, petition, and lobby for the things that you want. And I want to say that you can have a voice. I agree. I don't want women's bodies to be policed, but I need to be able to raise a family in a financial economy. We have to weigh what's important, and then the other we can fight for. We could say, "Hey, Trump, I know you're pro, I know you're pro life, or this, but hey, get the money together. But we need to come here and get an understanding for this, because we got mothers and sisters and not. But if we give you this, and life is still bad, and we can barely buy a house, where houses are $500,000, no matter where you go. Detroit, hey, listen, Jordan, in your home state, there was a video on TikTok where the guy said the average rent right now in Detroit is $1,900.
Hmm.
1950. He put a
Well,
post
for one bedroom or two bedroom?
no for a whole house.
Wow.
Hmm.
1950. Listen, this is a place historically you could rent a whole house for 600.
Yes, correct. It's
He
crazy.
knows he knows better than me. I seen this online. I say it's getting bad now.
Yep.
It's
Mm.
getting bad now.
Yep.
So that's all I want to say on that. Please vote based on policies. Don't look at the person because he's a white man. Don't look at the woman because she's a black woman. Look at, hey, what he's believing, what is going to be the best for that. Let's stop focusing on identity politics. Go ahead.
Well, right now, a lot of people say they're not voting anyway. Most of the people I be talking to, they ain't voting this year anyway. So that's also going to hurt as well.
In the words of Kendrick Lamar, they're not like us. I don't want to talk to you goofies. This is America. The most privileged thing is to be, and you say you're not going to vote, you should cast yourself into the cave. You demon. What
But
you
they
mean?
have the right to do so. They have the right to do so. They're not going to vote or
You
not.
right.
That's
You
their
right.
choice.
Then don't be mad when we go hit you up in a billy club and I say arrest him first, officer, for being an idiot.
But then they get mad. Okay, why like the rent in Detroit so high? Why Miami rent continuing to go high to the point that people are moving out of Miami trying to find out where the hell to go next?
And listen,
Same here in Los Angeles.
I'm looking for Willie Falcone. I need birds now. I can't afford it off just my salary now. I'm about to start selling dope.
That's for real. That's how a
I'm
lot of people feeling right now.
basically I'm going back to prison. That's what this was all about. I say a couple keys to get me right.
Speaking
Trump,
truth.
Trump 2024.
Uh, Motivated Vision say come to Ohio with a
Hey,
smile.
listen. Which part of Ohio? Columbus,
I'm
Cincinnati.
not going. As
With,
a Michigander, I'm not going. I'm
listen,
sorry.
Motivation Vision. The Ethiopians run Ohio now. Are you sure? The Ethiopians and the Somalians own Ohio. Are you sure I'm welcome?
No, but Ohio's just too cold. I be like freeze. I be freezing. I can't stand. I can't stand. I can't stand the north, man. It be so cold, especially in New York. That thing be freezing, man.